Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. Ten minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Tuesday morning, the last day of September 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air right here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we're broadcasting at 103.3 FM. And if you're hearing my voice anywhere else on the planet Earth, you've probably gone to our website to listen, streaming all the time from ksje.com, or maybe you're listening through the new KSJE app. Welcome also to our viewers who are joining us this morning. The video of this program is streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. So welcome aboard, everyone. So glad that you are with us, because coming up, we are getting an update from Bloomfield Schools this morning. We'll learn all about the things going on over in Bloomfield, so stay tuned for that. Coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then, of course, later on this morning, it is Tuesday, so our Adopt a Pet Tuesday segment, we'll be talking with Amber Francisco from the Farmington Regional Animal Shelter, and she'll be sharing with us some of the information about the pets available for adoption this week. So stay tuned for that, coming up later on this hour as well. Next hour, of course, we make way for Mick Hess, the host of Roving with the Arts, our weekday classical music program. You will hear that at 9:06 on KSJE. Don't forget, you can download the new KSJE radio app. It is available now at the App Store or Google Play. Take it with you. Stay connected on the go with access to podcasts and live streaming and all the things you love about KSJE in your pocket. KSJE radio app. Outside our studios this morning here at San Juan College, it is currently 57 degrees. We are expecting another sunny day today and mild weather, 73 for a high today in Farmington. Clear skies overnight with a low of 51. Another sunny day tomorrow with a high of 73. Take a look at Thursday, sunshine, a bit warmer with a high of 77. Partly sunny and 79 degrees by Friday before things cool off again for Saturday and Sunday. I'll be back with my guests from Bloomfield Schools right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center. The most important ingredients to sustaining health and wellness are the resources and tools that help you live a vibrant and healthy life. At San Juan Regional Medical Center, the goal is to promote health by making sure those resources are available. Find the path to the best life at lifebetterhere.com. San Juan Regional Medical Center. Better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Michlin Morning Program on KSJE.
My guest on the program this morning, as I mentioned, from the Bloomfield School District. We want to welcome to KSJE the superintendent for Bloomfield Schools. Lynda Spencer is here this morning. Good morning and welcome to KSJE.
Good morning, everybody.
Thank you for being here. Great to have you here and to tell us all about Bloomfield Schools. And you also brought one of your associate superintendents as well with you this morning. Dr. Edgardo Castro is here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Dr. Castro, nice to have you here. You are the associate superintendent of curriculum and instruction.
Correct.
Great to have both of you here this morning. Ms. Spencer, I want to start with you a little bit, since it's your first visit here with me, to talk a little bit about your job now as superintendent, because you came from Blanco Elementary, I think, as principal at the Blanco Elementary School, and then that's after a long career in education, correct?
Yes, I'm starting my 33rd year in education.
Right.
I went to Blanco Elementary in July of 2017, and I was there 8 years, and it was 8 great years of my life. It's a great little school out in Blanco.
Right.
But when the superintendent job came open this spring, I decided it was that time in my career that if I was going to make a change, then that was the time. So I put my name in the hat and was chosen, and I'm very blessed and I feel very good about the school and the direction that we're going, And I'm just very fortunate to be where I am right now.
Sure, sure. Well, congratulations yet again. And you have a long history of working in education here in the northwest part of the state. You were telling me before we came on the air this morning that you, I think, started in the Gallup area and then kind of moved around a little bit and then ended up back here in the Bloomfield School District, right?
Yeah, well, I'm from a little bitty town called Pruitt, and it's in between Grants and Gallup. So
Right.
I graduated from Gallup High School and then went to college at Eastern, went to Abilene Christian, went to UNM, and the first 10 years I taught in Texas. I taught French and Spanish in high school, and then I taught bilingual education. Then we came back to New Mexico in 2003, and I worked for the Bureau of Indian Education, where I taught in Pruitt. There's a school there called Bacagloyaji Community School, and I taught third grade, and I was a reading specialist. And then I went to Grants High School. I taught at Grants High School. I taught Spanish there for a few years, and my first principalship was in Vaughan. So I was in Vaughan, New Mexico for a few years, went to Bernalillo, went to Gallup, where I was reading coordinator and worked at district office as Title III bilingual coordinator. And in 2017, I went to Blanco. And so, yeah, I've worked in the Four Corners. I worked a lot with the northern schools, with the Math Teacher Leader Network at
Right.
Blanco. So trying to just make math education better in northern New Mexico schools. That's what I've been doing for the past 8 years.
Very good. Well, it's a great history in education, both I think in the classroom and in administration, and learning about both of those areas, right? And dealing with the wide variety of culturally different student populations too, is what it sounds like to me, and that seems like it's a great fit for Bloomfield now too, from what I know about the district.
Yeah, we're very diverse. We have, and we try to reach those, everybody. So that's why we've implemented the house systems, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But we try to make sure that everybody is covered in our district and everybody has a learning opportunity. There's a lot of talk in education about equity, making sure that everybody has equal access to a high quality education. So that's what we strive for in Bloomfield.
Right, exactly. And I'm always so amazed at the size of the Bloomfield School District, because I think a lot of folks forget that it extends south a long ways, and you bring in students from all over that area to your schools and school district, and Blanco as well, of course. So it's a pretty diverse student population, is what I would say. You mentioned the house system. I'm excited to talk to you about that, because I know both of you are wearing your house colors this morning, right? Let me show you to our audiences here. And so, right, we have different colors and different houses. And so explain what that means to us. You are instituting the system throughout the district, correct? And basically, students and staff are separated into these houses. Is that how it works, kind of?
Yeah. So in fall of 2023, some principals and our curriculum director, we went to see the Ron Clark Academy. We had heard him speak at a summer training we were at, and we were very impressed, but we didn't really know what it was about. So we traveled to Atlanta. We go to the school, and the school is just electric, and it's really amazing. But we noticed that they had something called the house system. So when we got back, we asked Dr. Mizell and the board if we could try to implement this in Bloomfield. And they jumped on board. They gave us full support. So we started the process of implementing those houses. So over the past couple of years, we've sent many employees of Bloomfield Schools to the Ron Clark Academy to see the house systems. Of course, we wanted to make it our own, so we don't really call them the Ron Clark Academy house systems.
Right.
We just call them the Bloomfield Schools house systems now. So there are 6 houses, and each house represents something positive, So I'm in the house of Protos, we're the house of success.
Okay.
Dr. Castro, he's in the house of Amistad, and that's the house of friendship.
Right.
And each of them has a color. So my house is turquoise. Dr. Castro's house is red.
Thus your shirts this morning,
Yeah,
right?
so
Got it.
we're wearing our house colors too.
Okay.
So in January of this year, we sorted all staff members on January 6th. And so it's just an exciting event. We were all in the Bobcat gym. We ran through the Bobcat. We found our house. You have like little house celebrations. There are house chants that we learn. And so when I became superintendent, I was thinking, because I think the only other school district in New Mexico who has the house systems is Clovis. There is a school in Farmington who does the house systems, a mid-school here. I think it's Mesa View.
Mesa View, I think you're right. Yep.
But as far as implementing this system district-wide, it's rare in our state. So we're kind of the pioneers of that.
Okay.
And it can be a little complicated. So I just tasked the principals. I said, I want each of you to have your students sorted by September 30th. So all students in our district have been sorted except for Mesa Alta, and they're sorting today.
Okay.
So we're going to be at that sorting today. I've been to all the sortings. The administrators and the employees at all the schools have done a wonderful job of orchestrating this sorting. The kids are excited. Each sorting had its own little flair. And so after today, all students in Bloomfield schools will be sorted into a house.
Okay. One
And
of these
it's
6,
exciting.
I guess, right? Is
Yes,
that the idea?
one of these 6.
Okay.
So that we say the house chooses the person. So
Right.
they don't get to say, I want to be in a house. So it's just by chance, whatever house they land in. And,
Okay. And each one of these, as you mentioned, are kind of positive attributes of the house and the individuals. You mentioned the 2 that you both are in this
Right.
morning. There are givers and, let's see, courage, dreamers, and uplifting are the other ones, that
Right.
the other
So, yeah,
4 along with your
Altruismo is
2.
givers, and Solavari is uplifting, and River is dreamers.
Right.
And then we have Isabindi is courage.
Got it. And so when the students get sorted, well, and your staff too, you said, right? And so
Yeah.
as the staff and students are sorted into these different houses, do they kind of have some camaraderie, I guess, with each other because they're in the same house? Does it just kind of help to create a little bit of that friendships and relationships among the house?
It creates a support system, and it definitely creates friendships and support systems for the students. So, you have in high school, especially, you have your different athletic teams, or you have student council, or different clubs that the kids can belong to. But
Sure.
some kids never do any of that. And so this gives all children and all students a place to belong. And so you'll have adults who are house leaders. So if you have someone who's struggling, you might get them with a house leader. We have students who are house leaders as well, so it develops their leadership skills. Throughout the year, different houses like Amistad usually does something for Valentine's Day, because
The House of Friendship.
House of Friendship.
Right, I get it. And it's red, and the color's red, so that
Isabindi
fits.
usually is St. Patrick's,
The greenhouse.
So it's just doing good things for other people, supporting everybody in the school community. So,
Right.
And with all the mental health crisis we have going on right now, it's just an extra layer of support for our students. And so far, it's been received very positively in our community. I know the sorting at Nabaani, we had a person in the community who made scratch offs for them. They scratched off kind of like a lotto ticket, and that was
Okay.
their house. We have Bloomfield Florists in Bloomfield. They're making these really cool shirts, and they have my mascot. Each one has a mascot, and Proto's mascot is the bear. So on one side it has this nice turquoise bear head, but on this side it has a nice bobcat. So
Oh, nice.
They've
Right.
made these templates. Actually, a teacher from Mesa Alta made the template, and they're going to
Nice.
start making those shirts. So the whole community's kind of jumped on board with this, and it's and I think it's a very positive thing,
Sure.
because Bloomfield's been through a lot in the past couple months, and I feel like we're all coming together to do what's best for students, and that's what we need to be doing.
Right. Well, and I think anytime you can make students more excited about their education is a positive thing, right,
Yes.
in these days. So that's important, too. Dr. Castro, I wanted to bring you into the conversation, too, about the house system and how it's working, and your thoughts on being sorted into houses and so forth. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I was sorted July during the principal's conference
Right.
in Bloomfield, and it was a flare. I have balloons all over, and you have to
Right.
pick one. And the house that picked me is the house of Amistad.
The Friendship House.
Yeah, I will actually be going to RCA tomorrow.
Okay.
So a couple of us from Bloomfield will be experiencing that once in a lifetime.
Got you.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And so again, as I said, it seems like it's being accepted pretty well throughout the schools. As you mentioned, you're doing this in all grade levels, and your staff as well.
The only school we haven't sorted is Beck, and that's the kindergartners.
Uh-huh.
They're going to be sorted at the end of the school year during Promise to Graduate.
Okay.
So they'll go into first grade with a house.
I see. Got you. That makes sense too. So very good. Well, good luck with this program. And it sounds like there are a lot of things that can be kind of linked to it and grow off of it and expand from it. I think as it gets established, is that kind of the idea too?
Yeah, just moving forward, just growing the awareness and each house will come up with how they want to support students in school. It's also good for grouping, like, when you're in a school and you need to group the kids really quickly, you just go to your house.
Right,
So
right.
it just serves different purposes, organization, social emotional support, belonging, just to create a cohesiveness in the school. So that everybody feels valued.
Sure. And your teachers, same type of thing as well for them? I mean, they have their own houses or their own sorting into the existing houses, right?
The teachers are fired up. The teachers are so excited when they're with their kids who are in their house. And the teachers have been instrumental in teaching the chants and the cheers, because there are certain chants and cheers that go with each house. So they've been taking time over the first few months of school. 10 minutes a day, we're going to learn the Izabindi chant today.
Okay.
And so it's not, we try to spread the word that, one house isn't better than any other house, that we all support one another. So if someone in Izabindi does something cool, then you do their chant, even if you're in the House of Revere, for example. So
right.
You're always supporting everybody in other houses. So it's just trying to create positive relationships.
Got you. And it doesn't mean that those folks in certain houses can't show the attributes of the other house either, I suppose, right?
And you see that at Ron Clark Academy, like you're in the classroom and someone has a great answer or someone does something great in class, everybody in the class does their chant, and it's just, and then that person feels really special and they know that they've done something really well. And it's just really about encouragement and support.
Gotcha. So I think what I hear you saying is there's more to come with this program.
More to come.
At Bloomfield Schools.
There's definitely a lot more to come. So we're just barely getting sorted.
Right.
But the teachers and school employees, they're the most creative people in the world. And I'm excited to see how, what they do with this.
Right. You're allowing them to take it and kind of run with it a little bit,
yeah,
and from your principals on down, I guess?
Definitely. And we have all of our new administration that we hired in the spring. They're going to the Ron Clark Academy. They're leaving tomorrow.
Okay.
Or no?
Yes,
Yeah, they're leaving tomorrow, and they'll be there for 2 days, and they'll be traveling back on Saturday. So,
Gotcha.
Dr. Castro hasn't seen RCA yet.
Okay.
It's not anything you have to see RCA. You can't explain RCA.
The Ron
it's
Clark
amazing.
Academy.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
It's amazing.
Okay. So you're off tomorrow too,
Yes.
Dr. Castro. Okay. Very good. Well, good luck, and we look forward to learning more about it as you come back. So thank you for sharing this, and it seems
Yes.
very exciting for your students and staff at Bloomfield Schools. Let's see. Here's another slide about the house system that I didn't show as we were talking about it. Pardon me. But on Wednesdays is the day that everyone's supposed to wear their certain house colors. Is that the idea?
Wednesdays we wear house colors.
Okay.
So all teachers and students are encouraged to wear house colors that day.
Right.
We did. All employees have T-shirts, with the exception of a few. We're ordering some now.
Okay.
And then the individual schools will order T-shirts for their students, or we're trying to figure out how to get the T-shirts in every student's hand. But when they were sorted, they got the bracelets. Some got lanyards.
Okay.
So we have bracelets, we have lanyards.
Something with the color, I guess, right?
In that color, so that's kind of fun.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. Very, very good.
just to represent your house on Wednesday.
Sure. I got it. Very interesting. You've got some math initiatives going on. You were talking about your background with math and helping students with math. It was a subject that I struggled with, quite honestly, which is why I'm a broadcaster and not an engineer. But talk to me a little about some of the initiatives at Bloomfield Schools with math.
Well, to be quite honest, I'm not a mathy. I was a language person. I taught French and Spanish, but when I moved down to elementary, I had to teach math. And I probably wasn't very good at it in the beginning, but when I went to Blanco, we worked with the Math Teacher Leader Network out of Los Alamos Labs, and there are two men
Those people know math. Pardon
They
me
know
for
math.
interrupting. Just
Yeah,
when
they
you
know
work at a
math.
national lab, you know
And
math.
I'd get around them and I'd feel like not too smart usually. But anyway, there are two men that work out of Los Alamos, Dr. Zachary Leonard and Randy Merker, and they're actually education specialists, but they're math specialists.
Okay.
And so they work with Northern New Mexico schools. So we worked with schools in Santa Fe, Los Alamos, Espanola, Cuba. We were the furthest north in Bloomfield. So they just made a commitment to Blanco and it was really kind of during COVID when there wasn't a lot of PD going on. We couldn't really travel to them.
Right.
Anyway, they made a commitment to Blanco because we had 0% proficiency in math on the state test that year during COVID when we took it online, and we didn't know what we were going to do.
Sure.
So anyway,
But
they
you had to
came
do something.
in
You knew that.
we
Yeah.
had to do something.
Right.
It was just we were in a very bad spot. And so over the past, this is actually our 5th year. This is 2025.
Right.
We started in 2020. We started with teaching kids number sense. So a lot of number talks, number sense routines, counting collections, just different number sense routines. But we brought them in to train our people, and then we do what's called math study cycles. So once a month, they come in, we plan together, we teach a lesson together, we all give feedback together, and then the next time we act on the feedback to try to improve our practice. So we do math study cycles. We're still doing them now at Blanco Elementary. So when I became superintendent, looking at the data, our math scores are still not good. 23%, I think, district-wide in grades K-8. So I had the opportunity to write a math grant through the PED, and so I wrote the math grant, and it's a $200,000 grant to pay for a math coordinator over 2 years. So one of my teachers, I had 4 math teacher leaders out in Blanco who are working on their masters in math education, and I have recruited one of those math teacher leaders to be my math coordinator for the district. She'll start on October 6th.
Okay.
But this math grant will pay her salary for 2 years. And so she will be going into schools. We're going to start with Blanco and Central Primary and Beck, the Early Childhood Center, just to try to start at the beginning, just to try to develop number sense in students. One thing I didn't understand when I was a teacher is that you need to build conceptual knowledge before the algorithmic stuff.
Right.
And we always just put an algorithm on the wall or the board and say, okay, solve this 10 times, and okay, you're a master. And that's not really how math learning works. The kids really need to know why they're carrying a 1, which is really carrying a 10, or they need to know why 4 groups of 5 is 20. Why is 4 times 5 20? What does that look like if I represent it?
Sure.
So it's a lot of conceptual math. So we're excited to get that started. She's going to be implementing math labs. We call them number sense labs because math labs sometimes sound like meth labs, but
I get you.
but she's going to be implementing number sense labs into some classrooms in those schools.
Sure.
We already have number sense labs at Blanco, so she'll be supporting those.
Okay.
Doing PLCs with teachers around math and math instruction and helping with math study cycles.
Nice. And I guess the idea, pardon me for interrupting
Yeah.
again, but I guess the idea too is if you're teaching some of these concepts to the younger students, they will have them with them as they progress through the schools and the higher grades.
Building from the ground up. I'm hoping to find another grant opportunity next year so that I can hire a math coordinator for intermediate and middle school grades.
Right?
Yeah.
Very, very good.
So I'm hoping it will continue. I know our scores at Blanco went from 0% to 30% in a couple of years. I'm hoping to improve it throughout the district.
See that
So
district-wide if you can, right?
we need to be focusing on math. There's not enough focus in our state on math education right now.
Gotcha. Well, that should make maybe parents feel better about their students in Bloomfield, about maybe getting some extra help in math if they need it. And that's some important work. And the fact that you have a grant to pay for this is certainly great news as well. So that's important. I was getting some math flashbacks when you were describing some of those problems here, but that's okay. That works very well. Dr. Castro, again, over to you a little bit about this idea of adding to the curriculum and helping these students with math if they're struggling. That's got to be a good thing?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a K-12 concern right now. I think it's not only New Mexico State, but nationwide.
True. A lot of students, I think, struggle with math, and a
Yeah.
lot of districts may be finding ways to try to help them, and
Right.
finding money to pay for things is difficult, I think. So having a grant to do that is great. So so very good. Moving on, you've got a cultural festival coming up just in a few weeks here, because it's almost October 24th.
Yeah, so we're planning this cultural festival. Anybody is invited. We will have vendors there. I put 29, 25 up there, but we'll have vendors there. We'll have performances. We have the Filipinos are planning a performance there.
Nice.
Some folklorico dancers who are from the community. Some artisans from art to jewelry making. So that will be on October 24th. It'll be at the BHS practice field. It's right behind the high school.
Right. 4:30 to 7:30.
Yes, 4:30 to 7:30, and anybody is welcome to come. So
Nice.
yeah,
Always great to be able to get together and celebrate diverse cultures and
Yep.
the diversity of our region. So that's great. Another topic to talk about briefly is attendance and parent engagement. I know attendance is another issue with school districts around the country, basically, and the county. But that's really important, and engaging with parents.
yeah. So Dr. Pierce, she's my federal associate superintendent of federal programs, and she's been involved in writing this grant, as well as Mr. Olivas. They worked together to write a grant to help us pay for an attendance liaison. So we just did interviews for that person, and they'll be starting. So they'll be tracking attendance, being able to contact families, work with families, come up with a plan if they're, for whatever reason, they're struggling to get their kid to school, because there are all kinds of reasons, right?
Sure.
To
Maybe have car
provide
trouble or whatever, and can't get to
Yeah.
the bus stop or even to school. Who knows?
There's just when you're working in a school, you see all of this with families, and
bet.
and they need support. And so this attendance liaison will be working with families to try to get the kids in school, because I think we had like 37% chronic absenteeism in Bloomfield, and that's not even uncommon throughout the state.
Right.
Since COVID, attendance has really dropped.
And so I guess this person can help you maybe understand what's going on with these families, and
Yes.
reach out to them, and if they need resources, maybe try to get them in contact with folks
with
that maybe
whomever
could help.
they need.
Yeah.
Even our hub, we have a hub in
That's
town.
right, you do.
So we did buy an AI app. It's called Edia. Edia. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Okay.
But it's just a different way to inform parents if their kid's absent. Like it'll send you a notification if they're at the orthodontist. The parent can take a picture of the excuse right there, text it back. It's uploaded into the system. You don't have to deal with bringing notes from the doctor, notes from the dentist. You can just do it all from your phone. So
Gotcha.
we're in the middle of getting that going as well.
And
Just
that's
to
a
have more-
technology-based app, I guess,
yeah.
right? That I guess takes a person not having to do that task. They can be doing other tasks while
Yes.
the app is taking care of gathering that
And it gives you
proof and what
better-
have you, right?
It's more accurate, you know, and you'll know why the kid was out, rather
Sure.
than waiting on an excuse for 3 days.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting. Well, good luck with that.
Okay.
Let us know how it goes. I'm
Okay.
sure that's exciting to know. Again, if kids aren't in school, they can't be learning, and the idea is to get them to
It's a
stay
big
in
problem.
school.
If they're not there, they're not learning. So
Very true. Very true. Bloomfield School District principals, professional learning communities, the PLCs. You've got more of those going on?
and Dr. Castro, he heads that up. But yes, he's done a great job, and I'll let him talk about that.
Dr. Castro, we'll come back over to you, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. So this is new initiative this year. It's a Principals PLC focusing on instructional classroom growth for principal leaders to visually see what's really going on in the classroom, and then we come back and really deep dive into analyze we
Sure.
can help with the teacher, what are the areas of improvement and enhancement and growth, especially questioning the area of PED. That's the PED domain 3B, which really hard. Even if you are veteran teachers, you cannot just come up with a high rigorous questions. So that's the type of discussion we have for the principals PLC.
I see. That's all principals in the district?
Yes, sir.
Got you. And this is just starting with this school year?
Correct.
Got you. And so you hope to be able to roll this out, I guess, and maybe get some data back from your principals or give them more tools to help them?
Yes, and part of the 2-hour discussion with the principals, we do have the RCA book. Right now we're trying to discuss the Move Your Bus textbook from the Ron Clark Academy.
Okay.
And so it relates to our whole initiative as a district to improve student achievement.
Gotcha. Very, very good. Excellent.
And we've had principals PLCs since I got to Bloomfield,
Uh-huh.
but they weren't really focused around improving instruction. So Dr. Castro's done a good job of getting into the schools and getting into classrooms. So when he goes to do a principal's PLC, the principal gets a teacher, volunteer,
Right.
or voluntold. But no, the teachers are great, and they observe the teacher, and they rate the teacher, and then they go back and talk about what they saw in the classroom, and they give feedback, and just to kind of shore up the evaluation type system too. But it's the same as the continuous improvement cycle that we do really with the math study cycle. But you know, you watch the teacher, you observe the teacher, and then you evaluate what was going on, and then you give feedback and you try to improve that.
Sure.
You know, little bite-sized, high-leverage pieces that are going to improve instruction in the classroom.
I
So
see.
it's really focused around classroom instruction this year, and I really like that.
Right. And I guess, does it go both ways? I mean, you can give feedback on what seems to be not working, but also what seems to be working?
Yeah, we try to give like wows and wonders, like you did this really, really well, but I wonder what would happen if we could do this differently. You know, always respectful, but you know, everybody can improve. So it's just finding that high leverage, bite-sized piece that they can go back and implement in the classroom to improve instruction,
Yeah.
but have a pretty good benefit to students.
Right. Very true. Well, great. Well, good luck with that this year. Again, I hope you'll come back and tell us how it's going. And but I am afraid to say that we are out of time
okay.
this morning for our interview. And so I know there's more to talk about, but we'll have to have you back. So that means I will reach out to you maybe for October to have you back and come and visit about the things that we didn't get to this morning.
Yeah,
But
just the building projects.
right,
is
but
what
those
we
are
missed.
big.
Yeah, they
I
are
love
big.
talking about buildings.
Yeah.
So, but we'll do that in October if that's okay with you.
yeah.
And other stuff I know that you've got working on as well. But I really appreciate you both coming in this morning from Bloomfield Schools, the new superintendent, Lynda Spencer, and the associate superintendent, Dr. Castro. Thank you both for your time this morning, and we'll look forward to seeing you in about a month.
Okay, next time I'll bring more people with me.
That's okay. Well, we have one more extra seat, so
Yes.
you're welcome. We'll fill them all. That sounds great. My guest this morning from the Bloomfield School District with me here on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.